All right, so we're about to do it again. We're going to break down two BIOS in this video. Again, from the Mortal Kombat website, they've updated it with a character BIOS or fighter BIOS, giving us a new insight as to this new timeline and their history. So let's start with your boy SubZero. As the Lin Kuei's Grandmaster, SubZero leads his ancient warrior clan in the defense of Earthrealm from external threats. For centuries, it has been their solemn task. But Earthrealm hasn't been threatened in generations, and SubZero sees no point in limiting his clan to preparing for dangers that may never come. Under his leadership, the Lin Kuei will come out of the shadows and fight for its place as one of Earthrealm's great nations. So essentially, this is showing that SubZero has been, and the Lin Kuei, has been the military force for Earthrealm, guarding it from extreme dangers or outside threats and dangers. And like I told y'all in the other video, SubZero just isn't playing games anymore. This goes back to when Katana says, I understand that you all used to serve a noble cause. And he says, well, now we serve ourselves, and that's for the best. And that's exactly what we're seeing here in this bio. Now they're coming out of the shadows. Now they're tired of just being the military force for Earthrealm. They love Earthrealm and they'll protect it if they need to, but as they're saying, it doesn't look like there's any dangers that are going to come anytime soon. He says he sees no point in limiting his clan to prepare for dangers that may never come. So he's not saying he's turned his back on Earthrealm. Still loves Earthrealm clearly, or he will be protecting it, but he doesn't see any issues. So now it's time that they fight for their place as one of Earthrealm's great nations. As in, the only great nations out there aren't just, America and whatever else is out there, America and Japan. It's like, no, we are our own nation and we're going to rise up. And we're going to show you all that and take our place in there. It's essentially a power grab. And that's why a lot of people's like, oh, SubZero's evil is confirmed. You can see it from this and that. And I'm like, I don't think he's necessarily evil as much as he just don't care about what everyone else cares about. He's not looking for, the grand unity and everything. He's looking out for himself and his people, the Lin Kuei, and is tired of putting them second to the rest of the world. Now let's look at Scorpion. And Scorpion, this is so different than what we knew as Hanzo Hasashi. And someone in my comment section was explaining to me how the name itself, Hanzo, is Japanese orientated. Like the Shiraryu is affiliated with Japanese, or not affiliated, but is inspired by Japanese culture. So Hanzo probably won't be in this game if Hanzo won't be as Scorpion if Scorpion is supposed to be Lin Kuei's brother, because Lin Kuei is based off of Chinese culture. So it says for Scorpion, like his cherished father, Scorpion is dedicated to the Lin Kuei and its defense of Earthrealm. When his father died, Scorpion was bereaved, though he took pride in knowing that his brother SubZero would succeed their father as the Lin Kuei's Grandmaster. But SubZero's unprecedented moves to cast off the Lin Kuei's traditional duties have frozen Scorpion's enthusiasm. He fears that he may one day have to battle his brother for control of the Lin Kuei's legacy. This is really cool. So first off, I don't remember ever really learning anything about SubZero's father. I think all of this insight is new. But again, we're seeing that the Lin Kuei's history has been protect and serve Earthrealm. And even Scorpion follows those ideals. So you have I guess you could say Scorpion probably looked at as a conservative of the Lin Kuei's old ideals, and SubZero is the new radical, ready to change things up and say, screw this, we need to rise up for ourselves. And see, that's very interesting. A slight little political play where we see things like that in our own society, where there are groups of people who are tired of living a certain way, so they're ready to make radical changes, even maybe violent ones if that's what it takes, to get a change and to bring more use and value to their people. And you have other people who says, well, let's put the world before us and let's continue with this peace and let's continue with these values and ideals that have been set before with our fathers, grandfathers, mothers, grandmothers. And that's where I think some of the best writing comes into place. Let's not forget this channel. I get caught up in Mortal Kombat, but my love for Mortal Kombat is the world building within it. And see, my love for their writing is that there are a lot of parallels that we can look at in our own life, in our own cultures, and things like that, and be able to depict it, or we see it depicted and reflected in this completely made up fantasy. I think that's what true writing is to be able to tell your story, if you will, or a familiar story through a whole new lens. Now, back on Scorpion himself, it kind of sucks that we're getting again the Scorpion pit against SubZero, beef again, but it's in a different way. But I was really hoping that they was like extremely close brothers that maybe had each other's backs no matter what. And maybe that is still the case. It doesn't say that he has to fight his brother, but it says that he fears that might be what he has to do. I think he thinks that the thing SubZero doing is just too radical, and he might have to check him one day. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. I honestly hope that the Scorpion is able to kind of subdue his brother and get him to think more rationally. Or maybe even the Scorpion just fully agrees with his brother and decides to follow him. Because I really don't want the whole traditional Scorpion versus SubZero thing. Although it could leave the gateway for the Shirai Ryu to be created. I guess the Shirai Ryu will be depicted a lot differently since, again, my understanding is they're based off of Japanese culture. But only time will tell. Maybe SubZero will have this radical lifestyle, and Scorpion will think he needs to check his brother, and maybe just doesn't agree with him, but it'll end up leading to SubZero's death anyway, and Scorpion will have nothing to do with it. Now Scorpion is upset and maybe follow suit with his brother under his brother's rule. If SubZero's Kuai Liang and Scorpion is Bihan, or I'm sorry, vice versa. SubZero's Bihan and Scorpion is Kuai Liang, then he might still follow suit under SubZero with that vengefulness in his heart of wanting to avenge his brother. Also, we might still get it could go the other way around. It could be that maybe Scorpion dies and he sees it like it's SubZero's fault. Like, due to your radical behavior, I end up dying, or someone else. And so now he has that vengefulness in his heart again and comes back as not a revenant, but what did they call them? Not a specter. I forgot what the name is specifically for both Noob and Scorpion in the old timelines for those vengeful spirits. They had a specific name for them, but I'm sure someone in the comments can remind me. So yeah, man, that's really interesting. That's the Scorpion and SubZero BIOS. A lot different from the past versions of them, and I'm so excited to see how this is going to exactly play out and what more we're going to dive in when it comes to this brand new world and timeline. Thank you all again for tuning in. God bless, and I'll catch y'all soon.